Hello everybody, Kenneth Campbell here. Welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, for everything that I'm about to say, these are 100% my opinions. None of this stuff is factual. These are just my opinions. And if you like it, cool. If you don't, cool. Now in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the whole R. Kelly situation. Now for those of you who are not familiar with R. Kelly, which if you don't then you should be, but if you're not familiar with who R. Kelly is, R. Kelly, his real name is Robert Kelly. He's an R&B singer that has an amazing voice that made hit after hit after hit, and decades upon decades there have been rumors about him, calling him a pedophile, saying he messes with underage girls and he keeps girls chained up in his basement, in which he has a cult and he keeps them chained up in his basement and tells them when to eat, when to sleep, when to drink stuff, all the kind of other stuff. And I just want to point out some things that really just don't sound right here. Now, let me first start off talking about the whole Surviving R. Kelly docuseries, in which I am going to insert a picture or a clip or two if you're not familiar with it. But the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries basically talks about these women that have been in a relationship with R. Kelly that he fooled around with when they were younger. And they basically are coming forward telling their story about how they suffered abuse from R. Kelly, how he tried to brainwash and manipulate them and all that stuff. I just want to say this. I'm not saying R. Kelly did this stuff. Like I said, with everything that I'm about to say, I'm not saying he did this stuff and I'm not saying he didn't do this stuff, but I just want to say this. If in fact R. Kelly did do this stuff to y'all, why the hell would y'all wait years down the line when the man's career is damn near about over to say something? Like, why didn't y'all say anything when it first happened? Better yet, when you escaped, how come you didn't just go to the police afterward along with your parents and then file a complaint, or not a complaint, file a police report and explain everything that had went down and have his ass put behind bars then when he was at the peak of his career? Like, why are you gonna wait damn near when the man's older up in age, when his career is damn near about over to say something? Like, that just doesn't sound right to me. And his wife, Andrea Kelly, like, I'm in no way bashing her. This is just my opinion. She met R. Kelly when she was 19, and if you ask me, 19 is the legal age, and I just want 18 and 19 are the legal age. And I just want to say this. If you also suffered abuse from R. Kelly and was brainwashed and manipulated by him, why the hell are you still holding on to his last name? Like, I understand they have kids together, which I think they do have kids together, but if you suffered abuse from this man, why are you still holding on to his last name? Like, drop his last name, go back to your maiden name, and only see him when it's convenient to your kids. Like, you don't hold on to his last name. That's stupid. That's just my opinion. Now, let's move on to him and the Aaliyah situation. If y'all are familiar with who the singer Aaliyah is, I am going to insert a picture. She's a very, very, very beautiful girl, had an amazing voice up until her untimely death in 2001 or 2 due to a plane crash. R.I.P. Angel, you are truly missed. Love you and your music. But I just want to say this. R. Kelly, according to news outlets and rumors that have circulated about him over the years, he started messing with Aaliyah when she was 12, and he got in a relationship with her when she was 15. And they released his album together called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, which is a great album, by the way. I just want to say this. Why the hell, first off, like, I'm pretty sure her parents probably didn't mean anything by it, or probably wasn't aware that they were having a relationship, or if they were, then that's just insane. But I just want to say this. Why the hell would you allow your child, especially an underage girl, to not mess with a man? Why would you allow your child, especially an underage girl, to record music with the man, knowing his track record? Like, why would you do that? That's insane. Like, they had a relationship and everything, and also there was his marriage certificate, like this secret marriage certificate that they had came out with, in which they planned on getting married, in which her age was forged, made it seem like she was 18 when really she was 15, and R. Kelly was like in his late 20s then. Like, why the hell would you allow your child to go off with this man and record music? Like, why? Knowing his track record. That just doesn't make sense to me. Man, let me tell y'all, if Aaliyah was my daughter and I found out they was having a relationship or whatever, I would beat his ass and beat her ass too, because that's not right. That's wrong. That's statutory rape. She was a minor then, in which she'd probably be older now, but she was a minor then. You don't do that. So I said that to say this. While everybody want to jump down R. Kelly's throat with all the allegations about him messing with these underage girls, you need to get on the parents' ass too, because you allowed your daughter to go off with this man and record music and stuff like that in hopes of him maybe boosting her up to become a star and whatnot. So y'all should take some blame too. If you're going to get on R. Kelly, get on the parents' ass too. Now, let's move on to his live-in girlfriends, Asriel Clary and Joycelyn Savage, in which both of them, all three of them, R. Kelly, Joycelyn Savage, and Asriel Clary. All three of them had sat down, and recently I did an interview on CBS News with Gayle King. I want to first talk about R. Kelly. I'm going to insert a clip of it if you haven't seen it.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I got out 30 years of my family.
R. Kelly. There's a reason you didn't get into acting, because you suck at it. No offense, but you suck at it because you pretty much made a complete fool out of yourself. If those of you that have seen the movie, not the movie, those of you that have seen the interview and stuff, he had stood up and was just going crazy saying, y'all killing me with this shit. Y'all killing me with this shit. I didn't do this. This is not me. Like, dude, there was no need for you to explode like that. You could have simply just sat down, and when she was asking you those questions, you could have just explained in a civil manner and would have been like, look, Miss Gayle, none of this stuff is true. I don't mess with underage girls. That's not me. End of discussion. You don't make a scene like that. Hell, I'm pretty sure you scared the shit out of that lady. Hell, you scared the shit out of me too. Hell, I was thinking you finna hit the lady. Thank God you didn't. Like, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like that was just a publicity stunt so people can feel sorry for him and be like, oh, we should probably just leave him alone. Like, he's not messing with these underage girls. We should just leave him alone. But that makes people look at you twice and wonder, maybe there is some truth to what she's asking him, or maybe there is some truth about him messing with these underage girls, because he obviously made a big scene like that, so it's obviously true. Like, that's just me as a viewer, what I'm thinking. And I'm pretty sure those of you that are watching this video that had watched the CBS News special probably think that too. So, it kind of just seems a little fishy here. And let's move on to the interview part with both Joycelyn Savage and Asriel Clary, who are his live-in girlfriends. By the way, their names are pretty. I just want to say this. For those of you that have watched the interview, you notice Joycelyn Savage, she's sitting up, calm and collected and whatnot, while Asriel Clary is just popping off at the mouth.
Interview you'll see only on CBS this morning. The two women told us there is nothing inappropriate about their arrangement with the 52-year-old singer.
What is your relationship, both of you, with R. Kelly?
We're with him. That's our relationship.
We're with him. Yeah, that's what it is.
And we're in a relationship with him.
Right.
You just said it.
A very strong relationship as well.
Both of you?
Yes, most definitely.
You know, how do we say this without being inappropriate? Is this a three-way relationship, or do you each have a separate relationship with him? How does this work?
Well, both
I'm
of
curious.
those.
Yeah.
We
Both
both
of
have
us?
our individual relationships with him, and
Right.
we all are family all together. We have our moments where we sit and watch movies all together. We go to amusement parks all together.
I'm not talking about Azrael going to movies and sitting watching, going to parks. I'm talking about is it a three-way sexual relationship?
Sexually, well, first
between
of all,
the
I'm
three
not
of you?
here to talk about my personal life,
Okay.
and I would never share with no one what I do in or outside of the bedroom. And as a woman, I'm sure you would not either.
No, I wouldn't. But
Okay, then. So,
no,
yeah.
no, you're
next
right.
question.
No, you're right. I would not. But this is a very different circumstance.
It's
And
not
I
a
think
different
it's a fair
circumstance. There are
question.
people all over the world who have multiple girlfriends. It's no different.
Do both of you all believe you're in love with him?
Absolutely.
course.
Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
Should your
No.
parents be concerned?
No.
Why?
Well, my parents knew where I have always been for 4 years. They have known. They know that I've been well taken care of.
They never thought you were missing, Azrael. They just were wondering if you were okay.
Well, my parents have actually came to Chicago and seen me a few times. I've talked to them. They stopped answering my calls.
You know what they say? They say that you were brainwashed. I talked to your dad last night. He says, my daughter is brainwashed, and he's very concerned. He said he was here 2 days ago, and you wouldn't even look him in the eye.
Okay, I wouldn't look him in the eye because he's a liar, and he's a manipulative liar.
I'll tell you why they're concerned, Azrael, because they say she's 17. We found text messages that indicated that she was having sex with R. Kelly when she was
No.
17. Is that true?
No, that is a lie. That is a lie. I was not having sex with him at 17.
Why would they want to lie about you, their daughter?
Okay, so when I first met Robert, my parents told me to lie about my age. So when I met him, he thought that I was 18. On top of that, when I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos
Yes.
with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what
Yes.
she's saying. Why are you nodding in agreement with what she's saying?
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money and
Your
they're
parents,
scamming.
you're saying the same as saying?
Well,
you're
both of
saying-
our parents are basically out here to trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened, you know, with music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
This is the first time hearing, to be honest with you, that your parents are trying to get money from R. Kelly.
Okay.
Because your father told a very different story
Yeah,
to me
well-
last night.
Yeah, he's the manipulative. He's very manipulative, so he's the one you need to watch out for. But my dad and my mom, they started to send threats to both me and him. They said, oh, I'll put all your naked pictures all over the world. I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to ruin him. If he doesn't send $20,000 to this bank account by Monday, oh, I'm going to put everything out there and then $10,000 after that. You're trying to solicit me like I'm some hoe. I'm not. I'm your child.
Exactly.
Yeah, you sound very angry with your parents. You sound very angry and very pained. Tell me, Azrael, why you're crying. Tell me.
I'm crying because you guys don't know the truth. You guys believe in some facade that our parents are saying. This is all lies for money. And if you can't see that, you're ignorant and you're stupid as because you want to be. All because that's the world we live in. Negativity sells. Gossip
Exactly.
is what sells. Rumors
Exactly.
are what sells.
Exactly.
But Joycelyn and Azrael, this is more than gossip. This is more than just rumors. These are decades of allegations against Robert Kelly.
We're not here to talk about decades. We're here to talk about what our parents are doing right now.
Right.
And what they're doing right now is all for money.
Right.
Now, both sets of parents.
Now, just like with R. Kelly, for what I'm about to say is this. With both R. Kelly and Azrael Clary, it's all in what you don't say versus what you do say. Because it's all in your speech, it's all in your body language, it's all in your movement and all that stuff. If you've seen Azrael Clary, when Gayle King was asking her questions about their relationship, like, do each of you have an individual relationship with him and stuff like that? And Azrael Clary was like, oh, we go to amusement parks together. We sit down as a family. And Gayle King, she just cut right to the chase. She was like, I'm not talking about going to amusement parks and going to movies and stuff like that. I'm talking about like is it like a three-way sexual relationship? And Azriel Clary just quickly just popped up at the mouth. She was like, well, first off, I'm not here to talk. Well, she didn't say it along these lines, but I'm just giving y'all bits and pieces of what she said. She was like, well, first off, I'm not here to talk about my sexual relationship, what goes on in the bedroom, and I'm pretty sure you as a woman, you feel the same way. So next question. Bitch, have you ever heard of respect your elders? You don't talk to that lady like that. You could have, just like with R. Kelly, you could have simply explained it in a calm, civil manner. You could have been like, Miss Gayle, if you don't mind, can we please not get into that, because I don't really want to air my sexual business that goes on in the bedroom like that. Case closed. You didn't have to pop off at the mouth like that. It makes it seem like, maybe there's some truth to what, maybe there's more that goes on behind closed doors than what's being told. And not saying that, like I had said, like these rumors about R. Kelly, like brainwashing and manipulating these women and stuff like that, and him telling them when to eat, sleep, and drink and all that stuff like that. I just want to say this. Not saying that he is brainwashing and manipulating those girls, but for those of you that have watched the interview, if you notice the way that they're speaking, the whole thing just seems scripted and rehearsed. Like, they just don't sound like they're just speaking, they just don't sound like they're speaking from the heart. They just speak like they're reading from a script. So it's obviously, this is just my opinion, it's obvious that there's more that goes on behind closed doors than what meets the eye. Because every time you see those girls, it's like every time they're asked something about R. Kelly, they just speak as if they're reading from a script and whatnot. It doesn't sound natural. And pretty much Azriel Clary and both R. Kelly put together made the situation a whole lot worse. Because you're making people suspect, what else is going on behind closed doors that we don't know about? Since you just put up those defense mechanisms like that. And obviously, if you watch the interview, you can pretty much tell that both girls are scared. Well, more Azriel than Joycelyn, because like I said, Joycelyn, she was just sitting up all calm, cool, and collected, and Azriel, she was popping off at the mouth too much and stuff like that. Like, she's more deathly afraid than Joycelyn is, because you never know. Maybe R. Kelly probably put in their head, like, again, like I said, this is just my opinion. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I don't live with them. But I feel like it's like this. You never know. Maybe probably locked in their mind like, all right, you best make me look good. I dare you expose me in any kind of way, I'm going to kill your ass and your family too. Like, you never know. That plays over and over and over in their mind. And they just have to put up a front to maybe save their lives. Who's to say? And let's talk about the parents. Like I said in the beginning of this video, why would you allow your underage daughter to go with this man knowing his track record with underage girls? Or maybe some of them didn't know his track record. Maybe they probably thought he could probably boost up their daughter's singing career or whatnot. Let's talk about Joycelyn Savage's parents. The Savage family also did an interview with Gayle King.
This morning, we are hearing more from the parents of one of the two women living with singer R. Kelly. 21-year-old Azriel Clary and 23-year-old Joycelyn Savage told us that they love the 52-year-old singer, who has pleaded not guilty to charges of abusing 4 women. They say there is nothing inappropriate about their relationship. Well, their parents, of course, feel very differently. They say that Kelly has brainwashed their daughters and is keeping the women against their will. They have been trying desperately to reconnect with their daughters for quite some time. Joycelyn Savage called her parents shortly after our interview with Kelly aired on Wednesday to let them know that she is okay. We spoke with Timothy and Jonjalyn Savage late last night and their attorney about that call and why they believe it's still not too late to reconnect with their daughter.
Hello? Hey, Joycelyn, this is Mommy.
Tell us about that conversation. We all heard it, but from your point of view, tell us about that conversation.
I call them prison calls, because I can tell that someone is listening to the calls. And she called with a script. My mom told you I'm happy. Well, I've told you many times I'm happy where I am. And then her younger sister came in and said, "Hi, Jocelyn."
Hey, Jocelyn. It's Jordan.
She paused for like 10 seconds. We had like a hiccup.
She seemed to have a reaction to Jory's voice, to her younger
Yes.
sister's.
They can have a connection with the younger kids. And when she talked to Jory, she just, for that second, that was Jocelyn.
And then she hung up the telephone.
Right, she said she had to go, like she was in jail or somewhere.
Jonjolyn and Timothy Savage say it's been nearly 2.5 years since they last saw their daughter, Joycelyn, in person. They say Joycelyn enjoyed singing growing up, and they believed R. Kelly could help their daughter with her professional career. Kelly was acquitted of child pornography charges in 2008. So you felt comfortable because he had been acquitted of the charges?
Not only had he been acquitted of charges, but I felt comfortable because of at the time, I wish I didn't, but I separated the artist from the man.
The Savages say Joycelyn first met R. Kelly at one of his shows in 2015. Kelly claims Joycelyn's father brought her to the concert.
I didn't go looking for a Jocelyn Savage. I was doing my show. He brought her and asked a friend of mine to put her on the stage with R. Kelly.
Never have that ever happened.
So you didn't bring her to the show?
No, I did not.
Have you met R. Kelly?
I've never met Mr. Kelly.
You have never met R. Kelly?
Never in my entire life.
And I just want to say this. According to R. Kelly, he's saying, let me turn my light on. He's saying that he didn't go to his concert looking for a Joycelyn Savage. He had said Joycelyn Savage was introduced to him by her father. And according to Timothy Savage, which is Joycelyn Savage's father, he was talking about, that's not true. I've never met R. Kelly a day in my life. Like, I didn't introduce Joycelyn to R. Kelly. That's a red flag right there. You're saying you did not introduce your daughter to Joycelyn Savage. Wait, that don't sound right. You're saying you did not introduce your daughter to R. Kelly, but R. Kelly said you did. So one of them may be lying. And with Asriel Clary, she said, like, I remember Gayle King had asked her something like, well, you had sex with R. Kelly. Well, I think she said it along these lines. I'm not sure. Like, you started having sex with R. Kelly when you were 17. She was like, no, I never started having sex with R. Kelly when I was 17. Like, she said, my parents made me lie about my age, make it seem like I was 18 when I was really 17 and whatnot. And she said she's never aspired. Pretty much both girls had said they've never aspired to have a singing career and all the kind of other stuff, saying that's just something that their parents wanted them to do and all the kind of other stuff. And I just want to say, if the parents have anything to do with this in any way, you're all disgusting people. You pretty much put these girls' lives in danger. Now they can't escape. But they're over the age of 18 to where they can make their own decisions. If they want to stay, they can stay. If they want to escape in any kind of way, they can escape. And plus, with the Savage family, I want to point out this. If y'all are so concerned with getting your daughter back, why the hell are y'all always on TV? Because it seems like they're more concerned with snagging TV deals than they are with getting their daughter back. Because common sense tells me, if I'm concerned about my daughter's safety, if I want to get my daughter back, fuck TV, I'm going to do everything that I can to get my damn daughter back. Like, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying this is true. Maybe they are doing everything they can to get their daughter back. This is just my opinion. Just the same thing with Asriel Clary's parent, even though they're not concerned about TV deals or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, why aren't you trying everything you can to get your daughter back? Like, why are you allowing them to live under this man's roof, maybe possibly being brainwashed and manipulated and tortured and whatnot? Like, I'm just saying. Like, in conclusion, I just want to say, this whole story goes so many ways to the point where you just don't know what to believe. And when the truth comes out, I can honestly say more than R. Kelly is going to be in trouble. Because if the parents had anything to do with this in any way, they're disgusting people. So that concludes this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to link all my social media accounts in the description box down below. So feel free to add and follow me on those. Also, don't forget to turn that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a video. Like I said, this is just my opinion. None of this stuff is factual, so please do not roast me in the comments. So until next time, Kenneth Campbell, out.